Hello everyone, I am Alka1993 and welcome to the Pokemon Colosseum finale for the Foreverlocke. This is a scary game. It really is a scary game, and I'm gonna add the team overview right now because I forgot to put that on the screen before stream. Hi Wolfian, nice to see you. You're here nice and early. Bree, welcome to the stream. Let's see, I need this image right here. Our team. The finale goes to level 61 or 62, I believe. But considering it's a double battle game and the power that they have, they can double target me and they can kill me, so I feel okay over leveling a bit here. Train everyone up to 65. And use 3 rare candies on Robot Fish, my Hitmonlee. I don't remember why it's called Robot Fish, but it just is. Robot Fish is there. I felt like Robot Fish could use it the best. Big Tense is probably going to be the MVP, can take hits really well, while also dealing pretty good damage. Its moves don't have great power, but it does have Stab, can do cool things. Has Protect and Toxic. Everyone has Protect. So that can help save me, especially if I predict that they're both going to target a single opponent. I can't change my lead Pokemon between any of the 6 fights that are upcoming. So Cradily definitely is one of the leads, and I selected Nanners or Tropius to go alongside it. Occasionally I might switch depending on what the opponent has. But switching is scary because they have 2 Pokemon that can then attack the new one. Ooh, I don't want to lose anything. And if I lose anything before the final fight, especially if that thing I lose is one of my lead Pokemon, then under Nuzlocke rules, I have to immediately switch out that Pokemon the moment the fight starts again. It's gonna be a little scary. I've done XD and Colosseum both once. Both the times I used a Mythical. It was in Colosseum, it was Deoxys. In XD, it was Jirachi. And in the XD finale, I even had Kyogre. Because I was really upset at the fact that I lost 2 Pokemon really late on, like right before the finale as I was grinding. In the end, I think that was necessary, but it made it very easy, especially with how much I overleveled. In the previous Colosseum playthrough, I had that Mythical Deoxys alongside Gorbis and Bayonets that did most of the fighting. And I trained them up to level 70 and then did the rare candies. I decided today I'll do 65. Why are you taking Acorn and Rykolek? Babies, yeah, because this is the Foreverlocke. The Foreverlocke and the Alkalocke are different things. The Foreverlocke is the main thing I do. Alkalocke is the randomizer that I do, again, on Saturdays. That's coming back on Saturday after a bit of a hiatus. That's the randomizer. This one's not. This is the Foreverlocke, where I try to get every Pokemon species into the Hall of Fame in a Nuzlocke setting. And 3 of the Pokemon have to be capable of evolving, or one of them must be capable of evolving twice. And even though Mamoswine does not exist in this game yet, it exists in the series, so Piloswine still counts as a Pokemon that's capable of evolving. Piloswine might actually be used in battle. Rykolek Acorn, likely not, unless I need a sacrifice. Although, I did use Electrike against Aim, so there's that. This is gonna be hard, yeah. This is, and it's a Nuzlocke. So, I think we had, was it 3 deaths in the last Colosseum playthrough? I'm not 100% sure. It was 2 really early on, within Fennec still. We lost the Makuhita against the Shadow Makuhita, and then Tropius, coincidentally I have Tropius here, I lost the Tropius against the Shadow Bailey fight, which is basically the first two Shadow fights I lost to Pokemon. I don't think after that I lost anything because I did a lot of training on Mount Battle. We lost... Wait, I didn't change this one. These are the deaths from last time. No. I need the deaths from this time. That's these ones. I need to make the image a bit smaller. There we go. I did the entire playthrough on stream, so if anyone's missed anything, in the last week and a bit, I uploaded other Colosseum videos. The first one shows the deaths of Big Mouth, Scully, and Buzzy. I didn't even get past dual score and lost 3 Pokemon. That was horrible. Ceramic went down. I think the stream that I fought Mirror B. So if you look for the Mirror B one, that's when Ceramic goes down. And the Bubble Shot went down in the Ein video when I was in the Shadow Pokemon Lab. That was horrible. That wasn't a video uploaded yesterday. That was not okay what the AI did. They very much were like, okay, Screech, 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 Screech. We're both Electros. We're obviously going to explode. So it switches to something with high defense and they double spark it. And then they create Bubble Shot as well. 5 deaths in a single playthrough, yeah. But that was not the worst. I've had more. Sure, the 10 in Silver when I lost Silver. But I think Emerald, I had 13 deaths? I think that's the most I've had so far still. 13 deaths, and I actually won that playthrough. Emerald was not okay with how many deaths I had. The one time I've done Emerald. Yeah, that's what we have. First 4 fights are likely going to be pretty easy. I'm still going to play it very safe. But after that, it's going to be hella spooky. I looked at the effort values of the Pokemon. Cradle is the only one that's been on the team from the start. Everyone else came in later after a death. I think it's Tropius, who joined pretty early, who was actually full on EVs. Palosan joined last. Palosan definitely doesn't. Electric Sierra don't have full EVs because they weren't used much. A lot of them are high on EVs, not full. Let's see, we got some decent amount of healing items. Oh yeah! I don't heal after the first 3 fights, so if I get damage in the first 3 fights, it will be useful for me to heal before I go into the next fight. I should heal between fight 4 and 5 and between 5 and 6. And I watched my last Colosseum finale, which is playthrough 18, to make sure of that. So that's what I'm going to base it on. Got some full heals, should be enough full restores. If needed, I have 1 Lumberry, but I have full heals, so that should be fine. And Aethers and Elixirs for the first 2 fights if I feel like it's necessary. Or if I get PP stalled somehow. But it should be okay. So my character's called Bob Jr. just because I felt like using a weird name. Bob Jr. is totally the best name ever. My friend here that is with me is Bree. Bree is super helpful because she has the special power she can see shadow Pokemon. And recognize when something is a shadow and help me to say, oh, you should catch them, and then help purify them and open the door to their hearts again. So I have done absolutely 0 of that because who cares about Pokemon feeling good and Pokemon well-being? I just want to get into the Hall of Fame. Let's do this. Nah, what kept you, Bob Jr.? I worried that perhaps Gonzap had beaten you. The time has come for you to pay off some debts. We'll have you battle as payment towards the huge losses you inflicted on us. I expect to see spectacular battling out of you. After all, you're here to entertain. Big crowd like this. It's a little intimidating. I don't want to be embarrassed here, so I'll battle to win. Let's go. This is a fight where it would be useful to use Hitmonlee, but I didn't want to force Hitmonlee to be in the lead for all the fights. I remember Cradley and Big Tents. No, Cradley and Big Tents are the same one. Cradley and Tropius being tied on speed on some fights. So I'm gonna have to check who's faster now. Tropius is slightly faster. That's probably why I put them earlier in the party. So remember that. Okay, Porygon 2 has Ice Beam. Ice Beam is bad. The rest I'm not too worried about. Miltank I'm not too worried about with the levels. I will protect with Nanners just to protect me from potential Ice Beam, even though Creditly is still weak to it. I'm thinking, actually, I don't have a lot of PP for my moves, so I need to be careful with how much I use each of them, considering there's 3 more fights after this. But hey, I do have elixirs. I'll engine power to see if I can get an Omni boost. Defense scroll that's setting up rollouts, perhaps? Ice Beam. That worked well, and we're both faster than it, so we should be able to take him out. Let's check, actually. Attack 125, attack 122. I think we're at max happiness, so Tropius, I think, can take him out with Return. And then I Giga Drain the Miltank. Which is the scarier one of the others, but that requires me to actually get the KO. I'm gonna risk it. Should I risk it? Probably not. Double defense roll, sure. I'll just not physical move on you. Please actually KO, so otherwise I screwed myself. That's risky. Okay, good. One thing I didn't check with PK Hex beforehand is Friendship. I just very much assumed here I would have max Friendship, therefore have 102 power compared to the 90 of Ancient Power, but even then, with mid-max, could have still just not KO'd. Happy it did. Notice that Miltank's level 48, but still was faster. Critical hit, let's go, Big Tense. I'll take that. It's like the Elite 4 but turned into Elite 6, yeah. And you can't heal in between, nor save in between, nor change the lead to Pokemon. It would be so much safer if you could change your lead Pokemon. But another scary thing about this is throughout most of the game, especially on trainers with a Shadow Pokemon, all these people are Shadow Pokemon. The Shadow Pokemon is either their first Pokemon they send out, like in Dual Square with the Shadow Slugma or Misdreavus, or it's the last one they send out, which happens on the major bosses, like with Mirror Bee, Venus, the admins and stuff. Here, the order is random. Wow, my words are being random. Random order in the sentence as well. And the first 4 fights even have the Shadow included in that randomization. Random order. You can't predict what they will have as a lead. I'm pretty sure, not confirmed, I'm pretty sure that the last 2 fights, which are the main 2, the most difficult 2, at least those 2 have their Shadow last, but everything else is still random. I'm just going to Actually, do I protect here? I was going to protect just to not use power points and Ancient Power Giga Drain, but if I do and they target Nanners, then Nanners has damage going into the next fight. I'll just Giga Drain. Have 5 power points for both moves. I am a magical leafing. Retard is stronger. Just used to the fact that stat moves are generally better. But here, stat moves aren't too great on grass Pokemon. Alright, first one down. Nothing too difficult, no damage. Love the hacked version of this game just as tough as the original you got this. I don't think I've played a hacked version of Colosseum. I played Pokemon XG, which is a hacked version of XD with a lot more Pokemon, some quality of life changes, fairy type. That one was really cool. And I don't think I even played the final version of it. But thank you, Supreme Afro, and welcome to the stream. Hopefully this works out, yeah. The first one went down. This one had normal types. I wasn't too worried about this fight. I'm a bit more worried about the third fight. Because Tropius is weak to fire. Seedot is weak to fire. Pilus 1 is weak to fire. I have no Pokemon that resist fire. Fight 3 is fire Pokemon. Hopefully we're gonna win with the level difference we have. I chose Piloswine after Seadra died because because that would allow me to use the Earthquake strategy. But Palossand doesn't have amazing special attack, just good physical. And it's slow, so opponents will likely go before it, which is scary. But I thought it would be a better fit for some of the fights than Celio, which is the other one that I considered. But there was a risk of fire moves. My team has the fire weakness, ice weakness as well. I don't have an ice resistance, nor a fire resistance. And my team is weak to those things. Luckily, there's very few ice and fire Pokemon or moves in the endgame, so that's why I felt okay with it. With fire. Alright. Mightyena Absol. Shadow again, this time on the first slot. Any of them are scary. Absol can be if they Sword Stance. Mightyena has Iron Tail, but Big Tents can take hits. I did get intimidated. I don't like that, so I'll Magical Leaf. I'll go for Absol just to get rid of this potential of the Sword Stance. And then Giga Drain. Attack version of this way tougher. Every team is stacked to 6. Wow. Giga Drain! That's Absol done. Magical Leaf is a stat move. Not a super strong move, but it's a stat move from a level 65 Pokemon. It only did half damage to a level 48. Yeah, Nanner's defensively is kind of safe as one of my lead Pokemon, but it doesn't deal that much damage. I would much prefer to have Hitmonlee there, now that I think about it, but Hitmonlee is not as safe against some of what they have, and Hitmonlee's HP is not that great, and its defense also isn't. It has great speed, great attack, great special defense. All the Hitmons have great special defense. But its defense and HP aren't good, and it can be taken up pretty easily. And as long as Nanners avoids ice moves, and preferably fire and rock too, it can take hits pretty well. It's pretty good defenses. Alright. Big Tent has damage, so I'm going to Giga Drain the Sharpedo. Oh wait, there was pressure on that Absol, so I lost an extra power point for Giga Drain. I need to keep I need to keep an eye on that, but keep an eye on that. Giga Drain. Sharpedo doesn't have great defense, that should KO, yeah. Big Tent's back to full health. Let's see what the Mightyena does. Well, we go before Mightyena, so as long as Magical Leaf does at least half to it, even if I get damage, I can Magical Leaf again next turn while healing with the other one. We're gonna get some easy level up, so that's gonna be nice. Okay, no damage. And the second one down. Starts easy, but it's the final two that are really scary. But I don't want to lose a Pokemon on the first 4. Because that would give me such a major disadvantage on the rest. Outside of just having one less Pokemon to use, considering I can't change my lead to, I have to then... If, let's say Tropius were to die in this next fight, that means every fight from here onwards that Tropius leads in, and Tropius will get healed for fight 5 and 6. I have to then immediately switch out Tropius because I'm not allowed to use it. Your levels will pay off, yeah. Levels will pay off, but they do have Metagross and Tyranitar and Slacking with Skill Swap and Blaziken and Gardevoir. And a very varied team. These ones so far are much lower level. Like these ones are all like mid-40s to high 40s. Fight 5 is around mid-50s, and then they're gonna go early 60s for fight 6. It's a major jump. Alright, here's the firefight. Bree telling me that Houndoom is really scary, so that I definitely should catch it. So I will absolutely listen to you, Bree, and I will completely destroy it with rocks. Yeah, I'm not catching that. Ooh, actually, I need to check something. Absol was the first shadow. Do I have Absol? Yes, so Absol's not my legal encounter. second shadow... No, Absol was the second one. The first one was Tropius, right? No, Miltank. Miltank I already have as well. This is actually important. Miltank. Where's Miltank in there? I've already Hall of Fame Miltank. So Miltank's not my legal encounter. Houndoom is in my Hall of Fame. Houndour's slot is open. Houndoom is in the Hall of Fame, so that's not a legal encounter. The fourth one is Tropius. I have Tropius on the team. As long as Tropius does not die before the end of the next fight, that Tropius is not a legal encounter. That makes the Metagross on Fight 5 a legal encounter because I don't have a Metagross slotted. I have a full intent of using Metagross in Generation 6 in Orre so that I can use its Mega. And the intent for a very long time has always been to just grab the gift Beldum that you get in early on in post-game in Orre and just make that my Metagross. However, I could get this Metagross and just transfer it up to Gen 6 to do the same thing. But then it's already level 50. If Fight 5 becomes scary while the Metagross is around, I am allowed to catch the Metagross and make that my only capture this entire playthrough. I don't intend to. If it's safe, I'm just going to KO it. But I'm allowed to catch the Metagross. And I have the Master Ball. So that's the thing. That is something I wanted to check. That Metagross, as long as Tropius doesn't die before the end of the next fight, Tropius is the Metagross is a legal encounter. Heatwave can be good, can burn, super effective against Tropius, but because it targets both opponents, Gen 3 specifically, that halves its power instead of going to 75% like in later generations. If it's just a two opponents, like with Razor Leaf or Heatwave, Rock Slide, 50%. If it hits everyone like Earthquake, it keeps its max power, which is why Earthquake in Gen 3 in double battles is that good. And that's why I want to use an Earthquake user like Flygon when I play XD again. Alright. Now Nanners isn't looking as good, because I've already used the Protect. These two have Heat Wave. Super effective, but not as scary. They could Sludge Bomb as well, which would be worse for Hitmonlee if I switch it in. I think I want to Fly just to dodge another move. And I'll Fly on Torkoal, Ancient Power, Macargo. Just to have another turn to dodge something while Big Ten takes care of one of them. Is this enough? Macargo's good defenses, but it goes down. Omni Boost, let's go. That's very, very good. There's a big level difference. Heatwave halves in power due to spread damage, but this is... Out of the first 4 fights, this is easily the scariest one. Because of them being able to hit multiple of my Pokemon super effectively with their stat moves. That does almost nothing, especially against Pictents, especially with the Omni Boosts. No burn now. I have almost my full HP for the next fights. If I use Ancient Power now, that leaves me with 2 PP on both Giga Drain and Ancient Power. That's good. I think it was a very good idea to use the 3 PP ups you find in the game all on Cradily. Very slimy throat. Yeah. Got him! Nanners keeps flying. We're safe. We're good. Next fight. Next fight's gonna have 4 Pokemon, but it's gonna be a lot safer. And interestingly, considering my lead, there's some cool matchups. There have been moments where the opponent have used a Tropius, or a Lileep when I had a Lileep, or a Duskull when I had a Duskull. Sometimes I sent out that Pokemon just because mirror matches are cool, sometimes I didn't because unsafe. This guy has a Cradily and a Tropius. Please send them out as your lead Pokemon. Please send them out as your lead Pokemon. Tropius and Valkyrie. Okay. Tropius is a Shadow Pokemon. if my Tropius were to die before their Tropius dies, that Tropius becomes the legal encounter. This has happened once before in the previous Colosseum playthrough, where I used a Makuhita, slotted as a Makuhita, against their Shadow Makuhita. My Makuhita died at the hands of their Shadow Makuhita, which made that Shadow Makuhita legal. Okay, let's see what you've been saying in chat. Pokemon need more games like this. I would love to see more games like this. If they do Shadow Pokemon again, like, how does the plot work? With them already having, oh, we had a secret actual boss that wasn't Evis. But this is, I would love to have another game like this, with the double battles, with the story like this with Shadows. Maybe there was another region where they had like a side branch that became the main branch after the main one got taken down or something. And it's not an Orre. I don't like ZA that much. I liked CA, but I definitely liked Legends Arceus more. It's more open. It's not like the wild Pokemon are a lot too condensed in an area. It's all in the city, even though the city is big and you can go on the roofs. I much more like the more open nature of Arceus. And some of the things of how you can hunt for shinies. Well, sure, like shiny hunting can be easier in this to some degree, but yeah, I like Legends Arceus more. Yeah, the new Megas were cool. I was somewhat surprised there were no... Like, they did new Megas instead of new regional forms, I understand. But there were no new species either, which we had in Arceus. Alright, let's focus on the battle again. Vileplume and their Cradily both have Sludge Bomb. Vileplume is Poison type, that's a stab Sludge Bomb that's super effective against Nanners. Which is not good. So we'll just protect turn 1. Let's see, what does their Tropius have? Tropius I'm not too afraid of. They'll protect turn 1. And I want to hit the Vileplume. Like, I want to switch the Piloswine to hit them with Ice Beam, but also Piloswine's weak to Grass. I don't have a lot of moves left. I want to get rid of Vileplume, because scary. So I want Ancient Power that, but also Tropius. Tropius is easier to hit. I'll Ancient Power Tropius, I think, just for the better damage. And then next turn maybe Fly on Vileplume, but then I have to hope I hit with Fly. It does still have the 5% miss chance. They Fly? Okay. Tried Sludge Bomb, didn't work. Now I'm going to Fly on Vileplume. What do I do with Big Tents? I'm not going to hit Tropius. Do I just hit one of my moves on Vileplume? Is that what we're doing? To ensure that Fly KOs? Try and get an Omni boost? I guess so. I could protect. I don't think Cradily is the one that is going to get hit. This is going to be my final Ancient Power. Omni boost, please! That did more damage than I expected. I don't think it was even needed. Fly went for Tropius because super effective. Misses is flying. Let's go. Yeah, I should use Giga Drain so that I have Ancient Power on Tropius. Would a 4 times resisted but still stab Giga Drain defeat their Tropius? Let's find out. Fly first, please hit. Let's go. Flying Body Slam. Vileplume done. That's probably their scariest Pokemon out. Although their Cradily has Mirror Coat. Counter Mirror Coat are scary in Nuzlocke. But I have Toxic. I am going to hit that thing with Toxic. Here's Cradily. The other mirror match. Drain, 4 times resisted, but is it enough? No, of course not. Let's see what their Tropius is going to do then. Fly again for super effective. Synthesis. I don't want to fly, because if I fly and then they fly, then that messes things up. I will return on their Tropius. Cradily has Sludge Bomb, but it should... Foul Plume is scary with Sludge Bomb because of stab. I'll return the Tropius, and then Toxic Cradily. Good damage. Almost done. Slowly wear that one down. I might deal damage later on. I just need to make sure I don't hit it with special moves unless I'm certain I can KO. That's Giga Drain, that's the other one. Okay, Fly. So I'll just fly with it. Ancient Power. Oh wait, of course, Stab Ancient Power. That did so much less than I expected. And they didn't get an Omni Boost. Alright, we're good. I'm here thinking about Sludge Bomb being super effective. Stab Ancient Power is the same. Okay, now I'm gonna fly to hit that Tropius. Although I could protect into it as well. Yeah, I'll just protect and then return next turn to make sure that I hit. And that way I protect myself from whatever they might do with Cradily once I come down. Yeah. So protect. Big Tense. I could Giga Drain on the Cradily to deal some damage. That might be the best I do. Or is Protect, because the only other Pokemon they have is Cacturn. And Cacturn isn't exactly hit well, but with Giga Drain either. I really hope I remembered correctly, and I saw it correctly, that I do get healed after this fight. Because if I'm not, I'm in trouble. Oh, and I do have Elixirs. I can just use Elixirs if I want to. Yeah. This is the only fight, like the last fight where Elixirs might matter. Cradily is the one that's going to use it the best. So if I don't think I can... What I should have done on that turn where I Giga Drained the Tropius, I should have used an Elixir, just to get my power points back. I didn't think of it. Protected, Ancient Power, protected, well done. Nanners, you take out Tropius, and then Big Tense, I'm going to use an Elixir here. Oh, Big Tense. Elixir mid-fight, don't see that one too often. Tropius defeats Tropius. Mine wins the mirror match, but hey, I do have a 16 level advantage. There's Cacturn. Remember how I said that Cradily has Mirror Coach, and therefore I should be scared of it? Apparently, Cacturn can learn Counter. So I need to not use physical moves on it, unless I know I can KO, like with Fly, potentially. So what I'm gonna do is protect with Nanners, mostly to protect it from whatever Cradily can do. And then Big Tense will... Oh yeah, Toxic of course healed as well. I was like, why do I have 10 PP? Didn't I just use it? I forgot I used an Elixir last turn. Toxic the Cacturn to drain that one a bit. We'll let Cradily go down to Poison. Although I think Cradily will have one more turn after this. So I might Fly with Tropius. That takes down the Cradily with Poison, and then by that time Cacturn is taking Poison damage twice. And I should KO with Fly at that point. Should. And I can hit it with Ancient Power too, to really take him out. Yeah, Cradily will go down to Poison, don't need to worry about it. Fly Cacturn. It has Counter, but it will have one more set of Poison damage. I will Giga Drain this turn to not hit it with a physical move, because potential of Counter, while still dealing some damage to it. And then I Ancient Power next turn to finish it off. That's a resistant move. Fly will for sure KO. Oh, I guess they tried to Giga Drain my Tropius as well. It's not gonna work. Cacturn takes some damage. Some of the camera angles here are different than what I'm really used to from Battle Revolution, and it's cool to sometimes see the close-ups of the different camera angles. Or how this camera, if you wait for long enough, it just goes around the entire arena and that shows your Pokemon on the right, which normally in PBR would never do. Can you tell how much easier Big Tense levels up compared to Nanners? Maybe that's why Nanners has full EVs, just because it levels up slower, so it's been in the front of the party more. They get the same XP. Nanners, like Big Ten's already almost a level ahead. This is massive. Squirrel! Did that notification come up? I didn't see it. It must have, I heard it. Oh yeah, my stream delay is just delayed more than I expected. Hi Matrix, welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Hi Big Tens, let's finish this thing off. What we do with Fly, Nanners, you can do it. Nice. That should give us a level up for both. Nanners to 66. Big Ten's to 67. And even if I would not get healed here, I have an elixir already used on Cradily, and Nanners is near max HP, so it's not that bad. But I really do hope I get healed. I should get healed before this next fight. We've gotten through the warm-up. Now we go from high 40s to mid 50s. A full team of 6. Varied types, which makes it just so much scary. It's not like, oh, they have an ice type. I send in the things that resist ice, that are good against ice, and I'm fine for the rest of the fight. Or I send in a Hitmonlee against the normals and just brick all of them. Even if I'm good against, let's say, his Walrein with something like a... Well, let's say I have a Dark type against their Gardevoir, or their Xatu, or their Dusclops. If they bring in Blaziken, they can just Sky Uppercut me. Recently started playing this game again. Memories don't make games like this anymore. I'm playing the hack version. Put me in tears of nostalgia. That's really cool to hear from you guys. Let's see how this one goes. Why not become a Cypher show battle trainer? Would you even consider it? Yes! Yes! I want to join an evil team! Just like the Rocket guy at the end of Nugget Bridge in Gen 1. Always asks me, you want to join Team Rocket? And then I say yes. And then they don't let me because they don't believe me. This is still a wish for me. Someone makes a ROM hack of probably Fire Red or Leaf Green that plays perfectly normally until you get to that Nugget Bridge point. But then if you say yes, the gameplay completely changes and you actually become part of Team Rocket. I would love that. I have some pretty good ideas about how the gameplay should then go, but that is something I really wish. I'm not going to make it myself. I have my own fan game that I'm working on. It's really cool, but that is something I've been, I guess, asking for in the world if someone happens to be making it. I wouldn't have minded making that proposition, but I'm afraid I'm not that big-hearted. Hey everyone! Do you like battle music? There's so many famous battle musics. There's Cynthia, there's Zinnia, like Red and Lance. Jacinthe's theme from Legends ZA stands out as that was unexpected. So many cool battle themes exist in this game. But this one, for those that didn't know the game at least, really stands out as a battle theme. Let's go, NASCAR! Blaziken Gardevoir to start, okay. 2 of his Pokemon are Destiny Bond, Gardevoir is one of them. Destiny Bond, if you didn't know, that's scary. That can kill. I don't think I've lost a Pokemon to Destiny Bond before. No, I have. No, it was I died to a Wobbuffet that used to get a counter or something. Yeah. I don't think I've lost a Pokemon to Destiny Bond before, because usually only used by people like in the E4, with like Karen, and then I work around it to be really safe. Also, this is their battle theme. There is none. There's just the cheering of the crowd. Alright, Blaziken Gardevoir. Blaziken is scary, but once you deal with Blaziken, Makes things a bit safer. Gardevoir has Psychic, Thunderbolt, Taunt, and Destiny Bond. Taunt is horrible because then it can't protect. For the rest, I'm not too scared of it. Blaziken needs to be dealt with because they can hit Nano super effectively with Blaze Kick and use Sky Uppercut on Big Tents. They have Roar to send something else out that I don't want to use potentially, and Swagger to confuse me, and that's bad. I need to hit that Blaziken now. I think would super effective Fly just take out the Blaziken? Maybe, because if so, I think so, so then I'll Ancient Power the Gardevoir, I think. Nano still goes first, that's good. Faster than Blaziken. Just over half damage to Gardevoir. If I do that again, it will go down. Psychic went for Tropius, perfect. Swagger went for Cradily, that's not great. Doubles my attack stat though. Big Tense, I'll use the Yellow Flute, get rid of your confusion. Now Ancient Power has double power, which is massive against some of the Pokemon that are coming up. Fly, take out the Blaziken, please. Let's go. Yeah, for those in chat, it's XG is like next gen. The X is like next, and then the G is gen. It has some stuff from like moves and types up to including Gen 7, and it even has Alolan Ninetales, which they were able to do by just recoloring the Ninetales sprite. And they were able to program in Fairy type, some new abilities, moves. Power-Up Punch is in there, which is massive. I think you get the Hoenn starters early on, too, as one of the Power Ranger captures you can do. Taunt on Tropius, stopping it from using Protect. That is not Destiny Bond. So I could KO it. The scary thing here is Walrein, because Ice Beam. Big Tense, though, especially with the double attack I got from Swagger, should be able to KO that Walrein. So I'm thinking return Gardevoir, because I can't protect. Return on Gardevoir, and then Ancient Power of the Walrein, I just take them both out. Because Walrein's not that fast. I'm going to check how long does Taunt last in Gen 2? Gen 3. 2 turns only. It's between 3 and 5 in Gen 4. And then it's always 3 turns after. There's only 2 turns in Gen 3. It's not a lot. And does that include the turn that it's used? I don't know. I think I'm fine, because I'm faster than Gardevoir. I'll actually check just to be completely safe. Just comparing speeds of Gardevoir to Walrein. Gardevoir has a base 80 speed. Walrein should be much lower. Yeah, base 65. And we were faster than the Blaziken, who also has a base 80. So yeah, we should go faster than that Walrein. I'm going to return Gardevoir, which should be doable, considering it didn't use Destiny Bond, used Taunt last turn. And then an Ancient Power Walrein. Okay, X Special. That's fine. Makes it even safer, considering I'm faster. If I don't KO, they don't hit me. Gardevoir down. Good. And considering this is double battles, the mechanic of sending out a new Pokemon immediately after it's KO'd, which is Gen 3 only, is something you can make use of. You might think, oh, this one let's say this Walrein is not scary. I would be able to just KO the Gardevoir and then attack the Gardevoir slot again to hit whatever comes in next. Hey Blaziken, thanks for the stat boost. And the Omni boost! oh, Big Tense, I love you. It's the Stolly Pokemon that have pretty good defenses. They're not very massive in defenses, but are pretty good in defenses, but still can deal good hits. That I've gotten such an appreciation for in the Foreverlocke so far. Blissey is one of them. Sure, it can't take physical hits, but if I was able to use that in Shining Pearl, set up against the Pokemon that only does special hits. Set up a bunch of Calm Minds, and then like minimize, I think, or substitute, and then I just Dazzling Gleamed Cynthia. I beat Cynthia with just Blissey. Actually, now that I think about it, in Brilliant Diamond, I did it with a Togetic. Alright, Zatu's up next. Dusclops has Destiny Bond. Xatu has Psychic, Drill Peck, Giga Drain, Confuse Ray. However, I have a speed boosted Big Tense with +3 attack. I think I'll be okay. Kill! Kill the Xatu! That's a very dead Xatu. More Omni Boost, please? No? Hey, Bree, will you please identify the Shadow Pokemon that I might catch, but probably not, considering how safe we are? Oh my god, it's a Shadow Metagross! I just thought of something. In Pokemon XD... No. In the last time I played this game, I went to level 70, which is almost 10 levels higher than the last fight in this game, because that's early 60s. I'm doing 65 now, which is scarier. In XD, the other Gen 3 Shadow Pokemon game, the final fight is level 50. And I went to 60, which is still a big difference. I'll probably go to 55 the next time I play it. But an extra scary thing about XD is how Shadow moves work. Outside of there just being way more Shadow moves that they can make use of, it's not just Shadow Rush, which all the Shadows have in this game. There, Shadow moves, damaging Shadow moves, are always super effective against non-Shadow Pokemon. I only use non-Shadow Pokemon in the Foreverlocke. So that finale is going to see so many Shadow Pokemon hit me with so many moves that are always super effective. I don't have to worry about being 4 times weak to Ice, or 4 times weak to Fire, even if it's against their Moltres and Articuno, because they only have Shadow moves at that point. But they will always super effectively hit. But they will also never have Stab and never hit me 4 times super effective. So there's advantages and disadvantages, but the fact that they're always super effective is scary. Alright, Metagross is here. How do we deal with Metagross with these two? Not very much. Who got confused? Tropius, right? This battle's about to go for another 30 minutes. Pretty sure it was Tropius that got confused. So I want to heal Tropius. I'm not too afraid for either Pokemon. I'll heal Tropius with the Yellow Flute. And then I'll just Toxic the Dusclops to get that on a timer. And if they're not going to be too annoying with Confuse Ray, like, I'm not going to attack the Dusclops from here on out. Unless they heal the poison. That way I don't have to worry about Destiny Bond. They can just be annoying with Confuse Ray. I'm going to focus on the Metagross. It's going to be minor damage, but I'll be fine. Confuse Ray again. Again on Nanners, alright. Like, I could send in Hitmonlee for some decent damage, but they still have Stab, Metal Claw, or just Shadow Rush to do good damage, and my HP and defense on Hitmonlee aren't good. Psychic is still Stab from a 90 or 95 base attack, with a special attack. Not great. And Piloswine I could use for a Massive Earthquake to one-shot the Metagross, but Piloswine's kind of weak to Metal Claw. So no. Yellow Flute on Nanners again. Something I have noticed. If you use an item to heal a Pokemon status, such as Confusion, the AI knows that you did that before selecting their move. There have been quite a lot of cases where I heal something after Confuse Ray, and then it Confuse Ray the same Pokemon again. But only if I heal the Confusion. They take that into account. It's not like in Gen 1 where the AI will always select their move after you have. But it's... in terms of item usage, it seems that the AI does take it into account. I've learned that this playthrough. Let's deal a bit of damage to Metagross. It's not going to be much. Ancient Power would be stronger had they not used Iron Defense. How are you all enjoying the music? Great battle music, right? Definitely keeps you on your toes. Metal Claw is super effective against Cradily. Just over 50 damage. Metal Claw, I think, can improve either attack or defense. I don't remember which one. And Confuse Ray and Nanners again. I don't really like it, but Nanners is also not in that much danger. So I'm just going to keep healing it. And then Big Tent hits Giga Drain, hits Metagross. Heals a little bit from this. Won't be too much, but it's a bit of damage on the Metagross. So far, we're looking really good. We've already taken out 4 Pokemon. We have an Omni Boost on Big Tents. Remember that Omni Boost being there when you look at the damage for a Metal Claw. That's their strongest move on Cradily. Just over 50 damage with the Omni Boost there. So that would be around 80 damage without the Omni Boost, which is still really nice and I'm very much safe from a crit. If I want to go from full health, but it's nice to know that I have it. Just keep going. Maybe 2 more of these turns and we just take them both out. Big Tensors lose out a bit each turn, but with Giga Drain and Leftovers they stay nicely healthy. Oh, I do have to keep in mind, if they crit Metal Claw, they ignore my defense boost. They actually teach you that in one of the battle CDs in XD. And I'm pretty sure it's against, like a Zangoose against a Cradily, where a crit ignores defense boosts. It's cool that they teach you that from there. There's a lot of more battle mechanics, the exact workings of Baton Pass. Crits ignoring certain stat drops for you or stat increase for the opponent. A crit Metal Claw would KO my Cradily at this point. However, Cradily can KO the Metagross. I completely missed what that Dusclops did. But here's what I'm going to do. Nanners' turn to Hyper Potion Big Tents. Big Tents, Giga Drain, Metagross. I'm going to assume they just Confuse Rate Nanners again. I should have paid attention. Sometimes when I talk to chat, it doesn't work. Metagross down. I don't think that Dusclops is going to do much. This isn't going as easily or as quickly as the other fight went in like the previous Colosseum finale, but with me not having a Mythical on the team and starting 5 levels lower... Oh, Destiny Bond! Unfortunately, that doesn't work on Toxic. I haven't even switched my Pokemon. I think in the original Colosseum finale, I had Deoxys and Gorbis as my leads, and I think for one of the fights I switched to Bayonet. Good luck in the next fight. I'm about to put the volume up. Yeah, we're actually gonna get music again. What? The theme to that guy is so great, yeah. One more fight, and this is the real scary one. Like, NASCAR was scary. Team, like, type varied, higher level than the rest. But there's the next fight has Slacking with Skill Swap, 2 Pseudo Legendaries, Intimidate on a Salamence, really strong moves on many Pokemon. Hey, Mr. Mayor, we haven't seen you for a while. My, that certainly was a battle worth seeing. I must be honest with you, I never imagined you would get this far. Mr. Mayor, what are you here? Why are you here? Bree doesn't understand. Oh, dear me. Do you fail to understand still? You're such an innocent child. I literally met with this guy at the start of the game. I met with Mirror B right after. At times, I'm the affable Mayor of Fennec. And at others, I am the secret boss of the criminal syndicate Cypher. I am Evis, and I shall rule the world. Also, I can float. Mwahaha! This was all so I could float. Mwahaha! Battle me and die. Also, they have, if they can set it up, they have a baton pass Scizor with Sword Sense. Machamp Slowking. First thought I have is, Slowking in the lead without slacking is good, because then we can take out Slowking before it has the opportunity to even try skill swap on slacking. However, Machamp has Stab Cross Chop that it can hit Big Tents with. Slowking is scariest because of skill swap that it can do on slacking, and then make slacking, and then slacking would be the scariest Pokemon in the entire game if it gets still skill swapped. However, Slowking can deal big damage with Psychic, Water Pulse, Shadow Ball, but there's no super effective in that. So my focus, I think, will be on Machamp first. I'm thinking Fly with Nanners on Machamp. Because next turn, they're both Machamp, Slowking will still be there. There's no big threat on something hitting Nanners after it comes down. Machamp has Guts, so I don't want to Toxic it. I'll Protect with Big Tents turn 1, I think. And then next turn, do I hit Machamp again? Or do I hit Slowking with Giga Drain? I just hit Slowking. Just so I know I can KO the turn after. I don't think it will KO. Machamp has Stab Cross Chop, but Big Tents has good defenses. Do I risk that at all? I think I'm gonna Protect. They do have Bulk Up. If they Bulk Up... Okay, I'm really happy with Cross Chop. Because if they Bulk Up, not only does that make their next Cross Chop stronger, it means they definitely don't go down to my move. I want to hit Machamp with Cradily as well, to make sure it goes down here. Because I'm afraid of Cross Chop. How... It would be... But then if Slacking comes in, that is really bad. So do I risk Fly not taking out Machamp, which includes the chance of it just missing, 5%, and just damage the Slowking? I think I do. Still, he does have good defense. I still have the 7 level advantage. Yeah. And if I... Tropius goes before Machamp, so if it KOs, they just don't cross-jump. He's hit. It hits. Does it KO? Nope. Tropius' stats aren't good enough. Cross-jump can miss as well, but also higher chance to crit. That's not as much damage as I hoped. This fight is scary. Here comes the cross-jump on the Cradily. Higher crit chance, it misses. Let's go. That's very, very good. Okay, very, very good. Now we can plan around things. If that's Fly, Fly is 70 power in this game, Stab boosted to 105, then super effective. They have under a third of their HP. It's probably about 25%, maybe 20. So Return should KO from here, because it's 102 power. Fly without super effective is 105. Return just KOs the Machamp. And then I Giga Drain the Slowking. And then if Slacking comes in after the Machamp, I can just KO the Slowking before I can do anything. That's one down. Any Pokemon that goes down is safer. Let's see, in the hacked version, he replaced Slowking and had a nasty replacement with Skill Up. Ooh. I am very interested to see the hacked version. But the Foreverlocke will stay in my main game for a long time. Scizor, okay. Silver Wind, Metal Claw, Baton Pass, Sword Stance. That thing can hit only Cradily super effectively, with both of its statements. Slowking almost down. I don't have anything super effective against Scizor. There is no fire moves in this game. Ooh, shit. Did I special defense drop earlier? I know that was a crit. What was it, like 170 or something? That was with lefties. So let's say they hit me to around 160, which is 70-ish damage. Crit would be 140. Just under. No, that should not have been a special defense drop. That would have done more. I need to pay attention to things like that. Okay. Nanners can take hits from Scissor well. The Nanners is just gonna full restore. And then Big Tens, considering it's a full HP, is gonna Ancient Power the Slow King. Slow King, Slacking, so similar. I don't need to heal, and Ancient Power might give me an Omni boost. That would be massive. X attack on. Oh, this. Do they just randomly use either X attack or X attack on one of the turns, but then on both Pokemon? This makes Scissor not attack, but it means they can transfer that X attack with Baton Pass onto Slacking, Salamence, or Tyranitar, which are the next few Pokemon. They didn't Swords Dance yet, but I think that's Baton Pass. They can just send that boost over to one of the main three. It's Slacking and 2 pseudo-legendaries. Here's Intimidate. That weakens Fly, that weakens Return, that weakens Ancient Power. Scizor is the one I'm least worried about the final 4. But if it's Swords Dance, it can start hitting really hard with Silver Wind and Metal Claw, but also it can just Baton Pass him. I can't Toxic the Scizor. Salamence. What do you got? Dragon Claw, which is special move, man, whatever. Aerial Ace. Stab, super effective on Nanners. That's really bad. And I don't really have another Pokemon that's amazing against Salamence. Like, I can send in Raikou to resist Aerial Ace, but then it just dies to anything else. Pillow can hit it super effectively with Ice Beam, but, it gets massively damaged before that point. Any switch is still scary. I have Hidden Power Ice on Raikou if it comes down to it, and I could switch to, I guess, C-Dot to sacrifice something, but I don't want to if I can help it. I don't have to worry about one of these dying and then having to switch to the next fight, because there's no next fight. I feel like I need to protect here from Salamence's Aerial Ace, which is the most likely move. And they've been relatively predictable because they're smart AI, they go for the big hits. Big Tens, even though I'm weakened with Intimidate, Ancient Power Salamence might be good and then hit that a few times. Or I Toxic the Salamence. Also, something I didn't mention about Salamence, it has Dragon Dance. It won't boost Dragon Claw because it's a special move in this game, but it boosts Double Edge and Aerial Ace, which is really bad. Do I Toxic? Just put a timer on it. I think Ancient Power because Toxic can still miss. Ancient Power cancel boost. And often, I just want to hit for the damage. Wonder how much it will do though. I'm scared of both of these. And this is going to get scarier as we go along. Dragon Dance! No! Oh, that means I wasted the Protect. And their hits are just going to be better now. Good super effective hit. And you know what is even worse? Oh shit! Oh no! I was thinking Big Tent hits Salamence with Ancient Power, Nanners hits him with Return, or I fly and just am safe. But their Dragon Dance makes them faster than me. And that Scizor, with that boost from X attack, hits harder than I expected. Okay. The frick do I do now? Every slot on my team has died once except for Cradle. Cradle is the only one of the original squad still there. I still expect Salamence to go for Nanners with Aerial Ace, but I've already used Protect. Big Tens goes down to Scizor here. If one of them goes down, I am sending in Hitmonlee. Because Hitmonlee got the extra levels so he could deal with Slacking and Tyranitar. So Hitmonlee is going to be real nice. I don't have a clear way of dealing with Scizor, that's a problem, and it's hitting harder than expected. But Salamence now also has Dragon Dance. It's faster than I am. Nanos already has used Protect. What are my options? Stab, super effective Aerial Ace from a Dragon Dance Salamence. I expect that to just one-shot Nanos. Considering a +1 Silver Wind from Scizor, which is same base power that you make use of, hits Big Tense this well? Nanos has slightly lower defense and Salamence higher attack than Scizor, I'm pretty sure. Right? Let's compare those. Scizor base attack 130, actually, more than I remembered. Salamence 135, so a bit of a difference over me. Now for the other two, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do a stat comparison. Defense and HP. HP similar. Defense higher on Tropius. Oh yeah, because I think Hasty lowers the defense greatly. If Cradily... Okay, so assuming their natures and EVs and whatever are very similar, Cradily, no, Scizor to Salamence, the Aerial Ace on comparing Aerial, it's Stab Physical Aerial Ace or Stab Physical Silver Wind. Salamence should be slightly stronger than Scizor, therefore hit harder with Aerial Ace. However, Nanos has more defense than Cradily does. So assuming no crit, I should actually survive the Aerial Ace. So what I'm thinking, I can KO Salamence this turn, assuming they don't crit me. However, if I do, Big Tense would then go down to Scizor. And one more thing to remember about that Silver Wind Scizor uses. Omni Boost potential. If that thing Omni Boosts, I am screwed. I don't have the Fire move. I can't Toxic it. So I really need to think about how to deal with Scizor while also taking out Salamence. But the thing is, if one of them goes down, they send in Slacking! At least with Slacking, I can protect on the turn the Slacking hits and then try and do something about Scizor on the other turn. So I think I want to take one of these down and to try and play around the Truant of Slacking. Maybe? But Slacking can also bulk up, and it's scaring me. I think I need to risk them creating Aerial Ace and attack with Nanners or heal Big Tense. If I heal Big Tense, I can hit Salamence again with Ancient Power. Won't KO unless I crit. Omni Boost would be amazing, but I can't choose that. I don't know what to do here. I don't want to lose my Pokemon, but I also just want to make sure I make it to the end. If I use Nanos to heal Big Tense, use Big Tense to hit Salamence. Assuming neither of them crits, I survive both moves, but they also survive, and Salamence remains faster. I shall go before Scizor does, because they haven't Omni Boosted. I could fly with Nanners. Heal Big Tense. Assuming Salamence doesn't take out Nanners with Aerial Ace. I heal Big Tense goes down. I hit Salamence, next turn would Fly and Ancient Power, but if they hit Big Tense, it doesn't matter. Scizor kills them. I can hit with Nanners, protect with Big Tense, but then neither of them goes down, and I'm stuck with two Pokemon low health. I don't think there is a way that I can play this, but one of my Pokemon doesn't die either this turn or the next. Can I play around with switching? Like, I could bring in Piloswine, but what's really the point of bringing in Piloswine that's gonna go down? Like the turn after. Defense 118 is okay. Around the same HP as Big Tens. It'll survive a hit. But it'll survive a hit from Salamence. Scizor has Metal Claw, that's just death. Assuming one of them dies, I have a Hitmonlee that can really well deal with Slacking and Tyranitar. Especially T-Tar. Scizor is slower than Hitmonlee, I believe. As long as it does an Omni Boost. So it's less scary than Salamence. Salamence just kills Hitmonlee. So I need to deal with Salamence first. And I'm making a lot of these decisions based on what I think they'll do. If they do something else, I'm screwed as well. I think I want a big hit with Big Tens, hope for either a crit or an Omni Boost. But I want Big Tens to live. Big Tens is probably the most useful Pokemon overall. So back on Nana surviving. I'm full restoring Big Tens and then Ancient Power Salamence. Don't crit. This should live. Yes. Okay, calculation was good. Crit or Omnibus? Crit is better. No crit. Low health, though. No Omnibus, no crit. Please, just don't have luck. Crit. Yeah, it was bound to happen at some point. I guess crit for them is better than the Omni Boost. Like, from my perspective, I would have preferred them to crit kill Big Tens. If I would have known this would have happened, I would have used Nanish to attack the Salamence and killed the Salamence. Because here's the thing, I mentioned Hitmonlee is good against Slacking and good against the other one, but it still dies to that boosted Metal Claw, and it dies to Aerial Ace. I wanted to not use a Mythical, and I wanted to be at 65 not 70 to make it more exciting in the finale. And I knew that something was likely to die. And I'm paying for that now. But it will mean so much more to me if I make it through with anything. Unfortunately, Cradily is dead. Big Tens was amazing, but this does mean we get to use another Big Tens. Big Tens was there from the start and made it all the way to the final fight. Let's see. Evis's... I'm just putting in the death in the tracker. Evis's Scizor had X attack and crit with Silver Whip. And this was at level 68 for Big Tens. The question is, what now? They didn't get the Omni Boost, which is amazing. But, their Scizor is alive, and so is Salamence. I can't safely send in Robot Fish yet. Because even if I protect with Robot Fish, Nanish dies to Salamence before it can take out Salamence. What do I use? What I think I need to do is sacrifice one of the weaker ones, which is probably going to be Acorn, because that's the least useful one in this fight. Use Acorn's turn to heal Nanners. Nanners gets hit by the Aerial Ace, hopefully doesn't die, because if Nanners dies, I am screwed. Have Nanners take out Salamence, and then worry about the other Pokemon after. Nanners needs to survive another Aerial Ace and take them out. I could send out Rhyholic, but Rhyholic with its much lower stats Doesn't matter if it resists anything. Lower HP, lower stuff. Probably like dies in one hit to like double edge or silver wind, whatever. It's been a pillow, help with ice. Pillow can absolutely help with ice, but Salamence already have low health, so I don't need the ice at this point to KO the Salamence. I need speed, but Salamence outspeeds everything after that Dragon Dance. Also, Pillow might be slower than the Sizzler. And the Sizzler is already scary with Stab Metal Claw, and also has the attack boost. I think the play is send out Acorn, sacrifice it by using its turn to heal Nanners, have Nanners survive the Aerial Ace, and then Nanners KO Salamence. Assuming the Aerial Ace doesn't crit, at least the Salamence has gone the same in Slacking, we might be able to play around their Truant with Protect to deal with Sizzler. Hopefully, maybe. Their Scissor might also double target onto Nanners. And then kill Nanners. However, actually, with Acorn out, that is also weak to Aerial Ace. Maybe they just target Acorn. And Acorn's the one that's actually weak to Silverwind as well. So yeah, Acorn, I'm sorry. I love you as your little Acorn, but it's time to die. I think you're gonna die. They did kill the Cradily, yeah. They killed Cradily with crit Silverwind. That was boosted. Okay. Return Salamence to KO that. I need to make sure I don't double click on my buttons. And then full restore Nanners. They're gonna Aerial Ace. Tropius needs to survive this. They hit Acorn, that is fine. Rip Acorn, I'm so sorry for you. But this is, honestly, this is optimal. Because Scizor doesn't hit Nanners super effectively. And Salamance's gonna go down now. Scizor is down. I mean, Scizor, C-Dot's dead. It's cause of death. Evis's Salamence Aerial Aced its after Dragon Dance. Acorn was sacrificed so Nanners could live and KO Salamence. I would say that that is correct. Take it out of this tracker. Acorn down. We have a lot of Pokemon to catch next time in Gen 3, considering these deaths. That would be death number 7. We started with 5, now we have 2. Now the question is, who do we send in next? Salamence should die here. However, what does Scizor do? If it purely goes with super effective moves, it Silver Winds on C-Dot, which means it Silver Winds on whatever I send in now. Robot Fish is the only one that resists Bug. And I do want Robot Fish for whatever comes next. I think it's Robot Fish time. If they Metal Claw Robot Fish, I'm mad. Return onto Salamence. We are... Actually, are we tied? Did they already lose multiple? No, they lost Slowking and Machamp already. So we lead with Pokemon remaining. But I'm still scared. Oh, Hitmonlee got XP. Wow, I used Hitmonlee. You're Slacking. Knew that would happen. Slacking is the scariest Pokemon if it wasn't for Truant, but it still hits the hardest. Silverwind on Hitmonlee but resisted? Good. No Omniboost. Very good. I do not want to see that. Slacking, I feel like I need to protect because Slacking exists. Double Protect also lets Robot Fish heal a bit with lefties. However, Scizor can still KO Robot Fish with Metal Claw from here. Because that was after lefties. They did about like 70, almost 70 with resisted move. Slightly weaker move, like Metal Claw, I think it's base 50. But normal effective would KO from here. Robotfish just wants to hit slacking. The scary thing about slacking is if it bulks up now. But I think what I need to do, I think it's still better to protect. Because that also allows Robotfish to heal and maybe be safer against Scizor. I just double protect, save myself from the slacking, maybe, and heal a bit with lefties on Robotfish. Hopefully slacking does not bulk up. Bulk up would make it so much scarier. The next turn, Robotfish attacks slacking? It just hits that one the best? No. Robotfish hits Scizor. Because Scizor is the scariest one of these two now. Because I can work around slacking with just double protect. I think. So I hit Scizor. And we let slacking live. And then use Nanish to heal Robotfish so it can live Metal. Yeah. Protect. Protect. Don't bulk up. Aerialize. It went for... Oh, yeah, right. It could aerialize something. Went Metal Claw, right. They didn't bulk up. Slacking can't move now. Nanish can't hit them too hard anyway. Heal Robotfish. Based on the damage it did with Silverwind, from full health, a non-crit Metal Claw would be survived. I should go first with it? What's the base speed? Scizor base speed 65. Hitmonlee is way higher. Hitmonlee is 87. Hitmonlee should go first. So if I get to really low health, I have Reversal. I've never actually used Reversal outside of one time just to see the animation in a safe fight. If they hit me to really low health but I survive it, I could Reversal next time. Or the turn after. Ooh, 2 Brick Breaks might just do it. They loaf. Sword Stance. They could also still Baton Pass that to that Tyranitar. That's a +3. That thing will kill me. But here's the thing. I can double protect now and kill the Scizor next turn. Oh, no. They full restored. I'm going to lose the Pokemon next turn. Oh, no. A +3 attack Scizor. Full health now. Yep, one of them dies. And Scizor might attack Nanners, because they don't have a super effective, but they're probably going to hit Robotfish. The best I can do with Nanners is fly. But if I fly... Who's faster between Slacking and Nanners? Tropius base speed 51. Which still outspeeds that Scizor at base 65. But a Slacking, base 100. Have we had it? No, we had 2 turns ago when it loafed, where I could have seen who was faster between Tropius and Slacking, which is important. If that Slacking is faster than Tropius, I want to use Fly, because then next turn it is unable to hit Nanners. That Scizor is going to screw me over. I had a lot of Pokemon to think about. Slacking's scary, the pseudo legendaries are scary. Slowking is scary because it can skill swap onto Slacking. Machamp can hit Crayley really hard. The only one I wasn't super afraid of was Scizor, but I can't hit that one super effectively. And now it is +3 and has a full health. Nanners? Does Nanners survive Metal Claw from here? It has almost double the defensive Hitmonlee. And more HP. I think Nanners would survive one. So I'm just going to hit with Return for some damage. And hopefully Scizor attacks Nanners. I don't expect... I think Robot Fish dies here. And then that's another scary thing. That means I don't have my stab break for either Slacking or Tyranitar. But Scizor needs to die. We are on a Truon turn, right? I think so. Hope so. Great crit, please, 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 a crit! This is what I need it! Well over half. Okay, easy Brick Break. We'll take him out next turn. Loaf. Return. That's better than... That's faster than Scizor still. Will not do enough. Fly maybe from here. Maybe. Metal Claw on. It hits. Hitmonlee. Ah! I asked for a challenging finale. I got a damn challenging finale. I've only lost one Foreverlocke run ever, and that was the first one when I had harder rules. I went full on a hardcore Nuzlocke, no overleveling, no items in battle, no switch mode. Hitmonlee. Evis's +3 attack Scizor was too much with Metal Claw. I asked for this challenge. That just will make it so much better if I make it. And there is still a chance. But I'd like to note, I only have one of my URs left. They've used their attacks. What is the speed on Pillow and Raikou? Let's compare it again to Scizor. Scizor is base 65, but is slower than my Tropius. Electrike, base 65. So I expect Electrike to be faster than Scizor. Piloswine, base 50, unsure. Speed 108, Piloswine 92, so that might be nature related as well. 103 on Electrike. It's about where Tropius is. I'm gonna bank on Raikou being faster than Scizor. Double protect this turn to get to safely get through Slacking, and then Raikou hits Scizor next turn. Yeah. Raikou. I am using Raikou. If this Red Devil crits Nan, I swear I will start the mess unusing it to go Pokemon Filer while Scyther and kill it. Okay. I've used 5 of my Pokemon so far. Am I doing a finale where I don't just show off all Pokemon at least once in a safe fight, but I actually just use all Pokemon in the finale fight? Don't Swords Dance me. Don't Swords Dance me, you idiot. Just attack me. Just attack me. Crush Claw? Yeah. This gives a good idea of who they're gonna go. Are they gonna go for an easier KO? They go double Raikou, which I think I'm happy with. Now, Nanners was faster than Raikou. Yes. Does Raikou KO from here? Don't know. I think I'll just return Scizor, Thunderbolt Scizor, to take out Scizor. Oh, I just realized. When Tyranitar comes out, it's going to be permanent Sandstorm. And if I double protect every time, that's going to still be Sandstorm damage. Full Restore again! No! No! Why do you have so many Full Restores? Oh, I'm screwed. Unless Raikou does something massive. Crit? Raikou! Oh! Yes! Oh my god! There were a few moments where it would have saved me so much stress. Mythicals! Electric! Did you just save the run? Because honestly, assuming I would not have gotten any more crits, could I win from there? I'd probably need to double protect every second turn for slacking. But I would... Considering that's what Thunderbolt did, Thunderbolt would do at least about half to that Scizor. They healed it here on an attacking turn. So then, double protect again. I think actually I would have been able to take out the Scizor. I did have that tiny bit of damage from a turn, but considering Crit Thunderbolt killed, that would have done at least about half. So doing that again, either Thunderbolt or Return and Thunderbolt, would have been good. Alright, Tyranitar's here. This is an exciting finale. Tyranitar has Shadow Rush, Thunder, Rock Slide, Blizzard. Both Rock Slide and Blizzard are spread damage to hit both Pokemon. Power's half, but Tyranitar still has a good special attack stat, 4 times super effective against Nanners. I double protect here for the slack. Something that's scary, protect is in a different spot on right click than on any other Pokemon. I need to not press Thunder Wave. Sandstorm damage comes in, hits the slacking. I heal off that Sandstorm damage again with lefties, which I forgot about. But that does also mean if I do get damaged from any other attacks, you could say that the Sandstorm nullifies whatever I then would have healed with lefties. A bit of damage on slacking might be nice. They were going Blizzard because they're going to go for the KO on Nanners. I could fly. I keep forgetting to check who's faster between slacking and Nanners. Actually, magic trick. Clip my own stream and rewind it. Actually, this is a protect turn, so it doesn't matter. Do I have the turn before that? No, it doesn't matter. I'd used protect last turn, right? Yeah. So I think I just double attack Tyranitar. Blizzard is gonna be big. What's a special attack? Base 95 still. It's halved because of spread damage, still 4 times super effective. So this is effectively, assuming it hits, because it's still 70 accuracy, assuming it hits, it is a non-stab move from base 95 special attack that is regular super effective. Nanners with its defenses might live that. And if it lives that and lives the bit of Sandstorm damage after, I think we might be good. What's a speed on Tyranitar? Base 61. I'll probably be faster. Magical Leaf T-Tar. Thunderbolt T-Tar. If T-Tar is down, we can deal with Slacking. Slacking's easy. Once it's solo. Slacking is first. I'm remembering that now. That's a key thing for Fly later. Good hit. That might just two-shot. Thunderbolt adds damage, both faster than T-Tar. Electrike with a big damage both times. Fully paralyzed. Hey, we win. No. Okay, Blizzard. Mistropius. Mistropius! Miss Mythicals! Oh, yes, 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 yes. Because now we can double protect and kill him. I asked for an exciting finale. I honestly didn't expect 6 Hall of Famers, but I'll absolutely take this. We win now, right? If I don't mess it up, we win now. They've already used 2 full restores. I have no idea how many they have. I'm protecting. very slowly to make sure I actually hit the button. Double protect. I didn't full restore. You can fully paralyze on T-Tar, doesn't matter. Sandstorm damage, that just puts something more on slacking. I think we win now. I think we win now. This is exciting. Like, my adrenaline is pumping. This is one of the few overlays that doesn't have camera. Most of my Foreverlocke ones do, and you would have been able to see my facial reactions. That's not here. But I hope with the voice and, like, with my commentary, it is. It is cool. I'm just gonna double target Tyranitar, but it should be fine. Still didn't heal. Tyranitar is dead. I wouldn't call Rycolic the savior of the team, but it made it a lot safer. Rycolic hit harder than I expected. I expected to use Hitmonlee against these guys, Slacking and T-Tar. Instead, I'm dealing a lot of damage with Rycolic. And Tropius is the one out of my lead 2 that survives the entire time, and not Cradily. Which is... what? At least I don't have a second dead Tropius in Colosseum. I already had one last time. And being able to use Cradily again isn't too bad. I just realized another thing. With Hitmonlee dead... oh, I forgot one of the trackers, actually, yeah. Hitmonlee's slot is open. Who else died? Cradily, C died. Hitmonlee's open. Cradylee's open. C dot's open. With Hitmonlee dead, that's a third UR that I can use in Gen 1. In Let's Go. I have the 1X's in Scyther and Machoke. Because I've been waiting for a full team of 6 that I can use to play Let's Go Pikachu. So I just need a 2X, and preferably it's a 2X that I can get before Brock. So I just need the 2X. That is a good thing about Hitmonlee dying. But speaking of things going well, like being happy about things, I think next turn we win, right? We win next turn, right? We Hall of Fame? Trying to kill Rycolic? We Hall of Fame now, right? Tropius, Electrike, and Piloswine, who ended up not being used in the finale? But Piloswine is hanging out and is going to get to the Hall of Fame. Rycolic with the clutch crit. Not a lot of Pokemon, but, you know. I feel like I want to do this with Rycolic. And also, to be able to say I've used all Pokemon in a finale, I'm just going to switch. But then I'll Rycolic to finish it off. I've sent out every one of my Pokemon in the finale fight. But I'm finishing off with a Pokemon that I just want to praise here. Rycolic, get us into Hall of Fame. Thunderbolt! Let's go! Yes! Woo! That one was challenging. That is basically exactly what I went for. Super challenging, lots of strategizing, potentially losing some Pokemon, but the excitement of making it feels so good. Watch me do this again in XD and then I die. But next time in Gen 3 we're not doing XD, because we have some Pokemon to recatch. And with the extra deaths, especially with Cradily, we have some options. We might, just like in the start of this Colosseum run, have a Lileep and a Trapinch. Depending on what we catch. I hope I catch Trapinch in the desert, because I really want to use Flygon. Pika Pika, I am angry. It won't end this way next time. I will ruin you the next time, I promise you that. Oh, there's a helicopter! No there's not. But then they don't show where the helicopter goes, just straight up into good music. Everyone's safe, the helicopter landed somewhere outside the stadium. We're fine. Look, it's Fire Turkey! What a playthrough, dang. Made it! Alright, thank you everyone for coming to watch and chat. It was really cool to see people in chat right from the beginning of the stream. That was really cool. Just to talk about like the ROMAX, XD and Colosseum strategies and stuff like that. I wanted to do Colosseum again, even if I didn't have to. And because the double battle strategies are very exciting. Add more deaths, it is scarier. But there is excitement in these strategies and thinking about it like that. So that was real good fun. Next time in Gen 3, specifically Gen 3, so that's an entire loop through generations after this, so in 9 playthroughs time. Most likely. We're gonna go back to Gen 3, and the intent then is to do Hun, just to recatch a lot of the Pokemon that died here. And then the time after that is XD. I was gonna do XD next time in Gen 3, but I prefer to have some more options. Because a lot of... I already only have 35 Pokemon just in Gen 3 storage overall, and I had 8 things die, which isn't great. However, next time, the next playthrough is not going to be fully streamed like this one. I'm going to go back to what I will do with most playthroughs. Play it in my own time, and then anytime I stream the Foreverlocke, which is normally going to be Wednesday and Friday, I just stream wherever I am in that playthrough, whether it's first gym, fourth gym, a cave in between. The finale will always be streamed. Always, and the VOD of that will go up on YouTube. We're going to Gen 4 next, because we just finished Gen 3. We've played every Gen 4 game once. This is the first Gen 4 game we're going to play for a second time. We're going to Johto and play Pokemon Soul Silver. And one of the things I want to do in that is use the event Arceus and get myself a level 1 Palkia. When we did Hard Gold a good amount of playthroughs ago, I used that event to get a level 1 Giratina, which I haven't used yet. I intend to use that when we get to Platinum. And next time I play Platinum. However, within Platinum, the first time we did Platinum, my Palkia died, so I decided let's just use the event to get a level 1 Palkia, to use that in a future playthrough in Gen 4. Can't do the Dialga, because Dialga is still level 47 in Gen 8, caught in a Brilliant Diamond. But yeah, I'm going to start Soul Silver. And that will be streamed on Friday. So tomorrow, no stream. And on Friday, you will see me play Pokemon Soul Silver. I'll try not to play too much to get the starting team together, and then probably will start with the Arceus event. And getting myself that Palkia, because that event just looks really cool. You got mail. What's my mail? Okay. More info on Shadow Pokemon? All these ones that we don't know. Bayleaf Crocodile. They are somewhere. And the rest will keep being added. We had a lot of dead Pokemon. You died. You died. You died. So I'll do it like this. Is that the order in which I... No, Acorn died before Robot Fish. Does Willy want to fight again? I don't want to fight him right now. Another email. I just want to get to a PC so I can properly deposit my Pokemon and then end it. Good network of suspicious looking Pokemon spotted in Pyrite. I'm not going to do the post game. I'll go to any other spot, like Fennec, that has a PC. Box the Pokemon that died into the dead box. And after that, say goodbye to the playthrough. And then in my own time, I will still equip items to the Pokemon that remain. So I can transfer them out. There's not that many Pokemon remaining. Rip Big Tents. A very valuable member of the team. MVP of the overall playthrough. Very good. You'll be missed. Acorn, thank you for your sacrifice. You were so cute. I look forward to catching you in a playthrough again. And then Robot Fish. The second dead Hitmonlee. The first dead Hitmonlee was playthrough 2. I used it in the finale of Yellow, the first time we got into the Hall of Fame, but Hitmonlee was one of the 2 that died that playthrough alongside Scyther. So Hitmonlee... Actually, Hitmonlee, that means Hitmonlee's going to be used alongside Scyther in Let's Go. So they're going to go into a console Hall of Fame, hopefully, together. So yeah, all that remains here is Wingull, Nosepass, Mareep, Anorith, which is going to be Armaldo. That's probably going to be a Pokemon I use as a UR on my team next time I'm in Gen 3. Got a Cacnea, got Blossom, Shuppet, Eevee, Zigzagoon, Tailo, Pelipper. I think it's just Carvana. Cast Form, Bagon, this one's a Shelgon. Dralago I really want to use in a Hoenn game as my 2X. This was the future Celio that I considered. Luftdisk as a UR, that's going to be something to use. Yanma is okay at best. Corsola could be kind of cool. Farfetch'd is yet to be used. Got Dog Killer, who killed my Poochyena. That's why it's called Dog Killer, but I caught it. And I used it to unlock the Regis, which is nice. And Lugia, Zapdos, Rayquaza will all go into a future playthrough. Rip Big Mouth, Rip Scully, Rip Buzzy, Rip Ceramic, Rip Bubble Shot, Rip Big Tents, Rip Acorn, Rip Robot Fish. I loved all of you for having been on my team and giving me, all this effort. You'll be missed. I'll catch a new version of you sometime in the future. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for joining me in this incredible excitement. I'll see you on Friday with Pokemon Soul Silver. Till then.